Well, hello, everyone. I'm Jill Bloom, group publisher of Roofing Contractor, and I am so honored to be here today with Lisa Pate, the executive director of FRSA, the Florida Roofing and Sheet Metal Contractors Association. Lisa, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Jill. It's a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about FRSA.
Well, it's a huge year. You guys are having your 100th anniversary for FRSA. So, I mean, we have to start there. So, Lisa, can you tell me about FRSA, 100 years, and how long have you been with FRSA?
I have been with FRSA for 37 years. I've been blessed to have a wonderful job and work for an amazing group of people. I always tell everybody who comes to work for us that this industry is so much different than corporate America. It's a fun-loving group of people. So I'm very blessed to have this position. Very, very excited to celebrate FRSA's 100th year. We've got so much going on this year. And as we have over this past year, we've done a 100-year anniversary promo in our magazine, Florida Roofing, and it will continue through the end of the year, but kind of captured the history and some of the topics that were important to the industry, even in the beginning, and the same issues that were important 100 years ago were still important to those contractors. Even today, they faced issues with material shortages because there were wars and certain materials weren't available, copper, certain metals weren't available. They also had labor shortages because of the war and workers' comp issues and of course, jackleg contractors, which in Florida is unlicensed contractor. And so those issues that were important to them 70, 80 years ago are still important to us today.
That is fascinating. There's a lot that's changed, but there's a lot that hasn't.
Oh, absolutely. And we're really excited to bring it back to Daytona because 100 years ago, our group met there and had their first organizational meeting. In fact, one of the hotels that they had it in is still standing, although it's gone through a ton of renovations and it has a different name. The original hotel is still there. And we will have one of our VIP breakfasts there. And inside is still some of the real cool old architecture of the original building. So we'll be doing photo ops in front of those, that architecture to keep in with and be able to share that with some of our readers and our viewers that we have that same picture from 100 years ago, different set of people, but still the same location.
Oh, that'll be so fun. Wow. In the same place. So this is where it was 100 years ago?
Absolutely. It was the Clarendon
cool.
Hotel back then, but now it's a different hotel, but again, right there in Daytona.
That's awesome. Well, clearly it's special because it's 100 years, but tell us more about what's going to be happening on the show floor to kind of commemorate this 100th anniversary.
Well, a couple of things are happening this year. We changed, normally we have a 3-day convention, 2-day expo. So because it's our 100th, we expanded it to do a 3-day expo, 4-day convention. And one of the things that we're doing is a 100-year celebration lunch. And during that lunch, we'll have a video presentation of the history, the old pictures, narrative of how we got to be who we are today. And so many of our members and our companies are second, third, couple of either fourth generation contractors whose uncle or grandfather or great uncle or great grandfather were instrumental in the beginning of FRSA, and those companies are still around. So it's really nice to be able to highlight so much of what's happened through our industry. We're also expecting Florida's governor, he's extremely popular here, Governor Ron DeSantis, to attend one of our social functions. The Florida Senate and the House of Representatives have issued a proclamation to FRSA in celebration of our 100th year. So July 20th through the 22nd will be a celebration for us in our 100th anniversary. And we do expect to have some of those senators and House of Representative members in attendance.
No way. That's really cool.
Absolutely. We have one of our senators who is a roofing contractor and a member. So we're very excited to have a part of that industry with our Florida legislature.
That's awesome. So wait, there's a roofing contractor that's now in the Senate, the Florida Senate, you said?
Yes, he's been in Congress for 10 years and he's
Okay.
in his last 2-year term. So he was actually the gentleman that helped us push through the 100-year proclamation.
Oh, how great is that? And what is his name?
Senator Keith Perry.
All right. Well, I can't wait to meet Senator Keith Perry and hear more about that.
Absolutely. He's a really dynamic individual.
So there's so much happening in Florida right now in regards to, like you were just saying, from a roofing perspective, as well as we were talking a little bit earlier on solar and workforce. But what is it about Florida that makes it so great for roofing?
I think there are a couple of different things that make it great for roofing. I think one, because we've got the weather and half of the year we're in a hurricane season. And I hate to say that, but that's a blessing in disguise for our contractors. All the roof, between the rains, the storms, the tropical storms that come through, the cyclones, it produces a lot of work for our contractors. So we're fortunate to have that aspect to keep us working year round. So that does create a backlog for some of our contractors. I think just being in Florida, we have a different mindset. We have a different building code. We have a stricter building code than the rest of the country. And I think because we focus so much on what's right for the roofing industry and making sure that licensed and insured roofing professionals do what's right for the Florida homeowners, I think that makes us a little bit different.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, we know Florida is special, but there's so many of our top 100 and also many of our roofing contractor of the year award winners come from Florida. Why do you think that is?
I think because we do things a little different. I think because we have the different code and we have the licensure and we have so many requirements for our contractors, I think that we are just a great state. And I think that working in this state, in this industry is special.
Nice. So there's going to be a lot going on, but where can people find out more if they want to come to the show, and what's the website?
Absolutely. They can go on our website, which is floridaroof.com. And as soon as you log on our homepage, there's an logo up in the front that says register now. You can click on that. You can get all the information. There are different tabs that have all the information. Or on floridaroof.com, you can click on our convention and expo page and then view everything that we've got listed.
Well, sounds fabulous. Well, we're going to be there in full force, and we hope to see everybody else there in the industry. But Lisa, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for all the great insight on what's happening with the 100th anniversary for FRSA.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jill. I appreciate your time.
My pleasure. And if anybody has any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content. And most importantly, stay safe and healthy. And we can't wait to see you in Daytona.